What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative, where today we will be talking about all of the books I acquired during the month of January. I have reverted back to the old style of doing these videos where I just film the clips throughout the month as I get the books. I try to open them on camera if I can tell that the package is a book, especially if it's one that I know I didn't purchase, so I can catch the surprise and the joy of receiving a book from one of you or an author for review on camera. So what you're going to see here is just a bunch of clips throughout the month. Let's get started with what I have already. Now this one I did open. I was excited. I had plans for filming with this one and I wanted to get started on. This is The Chaos Principle by Nathan Johnson. It is described most often as a thought experiment by reviewers. I agree. And I really enjoyed it. A lot of times sci-fi horror novels, you got to suspend your belief just a little bit. This one, it made sense. At least it did to me. I just love what Nathan Johnson did here. This next one, nobody should be surprised that Brian Bowyer came out with a book and I instantly purchased it. Alive Undead. Let's take a look at the cover. That's what it looks like. Do I know what it's about? Nope. What did I need to know in order to buy this? Right here, written by Brian Bowyer. I love Brian Bowyer. I am a Brian Bowyer stan. He has such a simple, concise way of telling a story, but it's so good. It's so enjoyable. Like, everybody dies. That's how I describe his books when people ask. I'm like, everybody dies. You just don't know how they're going to die or when. It's fantastic. Next is a very stinky book here. I finally nabbed a copy of Excalibur by Bernard Cornwell. That's part of the Warlord Chronicles that I'm planning to read very soon. I got it off eBay because I wanted it to match the two hardcovers that I picked up off Pango, which were in excellent condition. This one is pretty good, except it's got a little bit of staining on the top there. It looks kind of like mold mildew, like it sat out in somebody's garage, and oh my lord, I've already made the mistake of opening it and smelling it, and it was bad. This next one here was sent to me by a subscriber of the channel who watched my videos and thought, you know what, I think I know a book that you're gonna love, Leslie. Let me send it to you. This is one, I've never heard of the book or the author, but it sounds amazing, and it's called A Child Alone with Strangers by Philip Fracassi. This was sent to me by my friend Sean, who says because I love Stephen King and there was one other author, thinks that I'm going to love this book. When I read the premise for this horror story, I agree with Sean. This one definitely sounds like it's right up my alley. Kind of sounds like Home Alone, but with a horror twist to it. I'm in for that. I'm going to have to get this one on the TBR as soon as I can. So huge thank you to Sean for sending that over and putting that one on my radar. What up, nerds? I am back this week with some more books. I think this is the last of the books that I ordered with Christmas money. I think. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I think I did order some special orders. Not special orders, pre-orders. At any rate, let's go over the books that I've gotten since the last time I talked to y'all. The first one up here is The Patient by Jasper DeWitt. This is the patron pick of the month for me for February. My patron Mel picked it for me. I love this size. It's such a cute little hardback. Plus the cover is really cool. I picked this up off of Pango Books. Ooh, I just saw it was blurred by Brian King. I've had really good success purchasing books off Pango. This book looks to be in perfect condition. It doesn't even look like it's ever been read. I have no idea what it's about. It was on my want to read list because that's where Mel got it from, so I'm excited. She read it last year and really loved it, so I'm looking forward to reading it and telling you guys about my experience in February. Next here is a boxed set that I picked up from Blackwell Books. It is the paperbacks of the first 5 books of the Dresden Files. I love these covers, and I wanted books that were good looking, comfortable to hold in my hand, because when I started this series, there were already several books out, maybe 10 or 11. It doesn't matter. I was too late to get into the hardback game, which is fine because y'all know I love a good paperback. There is no flop to these whatsoever. I'm going to massage the spine and see if I can loosen them up, but they are definitely more comfortable than these atrocities. I have no idea what Rock was thinking. Look at the size. Like, this is not a normal size. This is a normal size. Look at the comparison. These are so weird to hold in your hand. It's like they took a mass market paperback and king sized it in the wrong direction. All I know is I absolutely hate this version. They're not even printed well. A lot of the pages, the print is going a little bit at an angle, or it's really off center. Just a lot of annoying things about these books that will take a reader out of the story, in my opinion. So I'm extremely excited to be getting rid of these and replacing them with these. This next book I ordered so long ago that I had forgotten about it, and it just now finally showed up. I have no idea what happened to make this one take so long. This is Everything's Eventual. This is the third short story collection that I am reading as part of the read-along hosted by Jake the Bookish Drummer. In the description box below, I will have a link to Jake's video as well as his Discord if you want to join us. I'm glad it showed up when it did, because this is the week at the time of filming that we started reading in this collection. Final one I have to show you guys this week is Tome by Ross Jeffrey. This is the sequel to Juniper, which I believe I showed you in last month's book haul. I've also ordered the final book in this trilogy, Scorched. All of the covers are done by Daniel Sarah, and when you line them up, they make a complete picture. So once I get the third book, I'll line them up and show you all, but I am so proud to have this series. And I believe, looking around, I have stacks of books everywhere for different reasons, so I'm looking through, make sure. I think those are all the books that I got this week. I'll be back in the next clip with any new books I might get in the following week. So let's get into why we're here. We have some book mail that we're gonna open up, and then this is the last time I will film in the month of January, so that means this will be the end of the book haul. This first package here, wait a minute. Oh, wrong one. I thought I had picked up a different one. Ooh, I love that cover. Oh, it's signed. Leslie, thank you so much. Hope you enjoy this day. And what I have here is a novella. Look at that beautiful cover. It's called Out on a Limb by Luis. Oh my goodness, I do not know how to say his last name. Somebody help me here. This is one I'll be reviewing on the channel next month? March? Is it February? Is it March? One of the 2 months, I think. This one caught my attention because it features occult investigators. Private occult investigators Rebecca Suarez and Peyton Marks solve New York City's strangest paranormal cases. But when a tree in Queens sprouts dozens of human legs, the PIs are stumped by the horrific sight. I imagine my brain would just shut down if I ever saw something like that. The danglygams become the least of their concerns when nearby trees start consuming more victims. Now, Rebecca and Peyton must use their powers and the NYPD's magical tech to find the mage responsible for the heinous crime and stop a bloody disaster from creeping across the Empire State. That sounds like a good time, except for the trees eating people. Now, that is a different story indeed. Let's see what's next. Now, this one, I see the name of the author and I know what it is, and I am dying to see this in person. I have been looking at it ever since the pre-order link came out on the author's Facebook page, which I will link his Facebook page down in the description box below if you want to give him a follow for things like giveaways and author news. And oh my gosh. Oh, it's got bookmarks! Oh, with the original cover and the new cover. And it's signed and numbered. I have number 52 out of 65. This is The Cursed Among Us by John Durjan. I reviewed this on the channel last year. I will, of course, put that link in the cards. I'll have it in the description box below when I talked about it. Oh my goodness. Of course, I've already read the book, so I understand the cover, but for those of you who have not read The Cursed Among Us yet by John Durjan, it is a 90s themed horror. It features a group of high schoolers who are making their own horror film out in the woods near their small town. There is a forbidden part of the forest. They accidentally find themselves there. They're caught up in the moment of filming and things happen. But look how perfect this cover art is. If this doesn't scream 90s horror, I don't know what will. Holy smokes. And I do believe all 65 of this run, which is sad, are gone. I think all 65 are gone. I will check. I'll have the link below so you can check yourselves. But oh, look at the chapter headings. I just absolutely love when you have little chapter heading decorations. Wow, this is definitely going at the top of the list for most banging book cover of 2023. Here are the bookmarks. Now this is the original cover here, which is amazing in and of itself. The cover had a lot to do with me reading it. The second thing was it featured a serial killer in it. Y'all know how I am about serial killers. I don't know a reader that loves horror that wouldn't want this on their shelf. Even if they have no plans to read it, I don't know why they wouldn't want this on their shelf. The next off this pile was a lovely book mail surprise from my dear friend Rosalie. This is The Thursday Murder Club. It is February's pick for the Wine and Crime book club that I host. I'll have my Discord link below if you want to join us. We do a live show at the end of the month, last Saturday of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern. And this was the pick that we voted on, and I'm so excited. In a peaceful retirement village, 4 unlikely friends meet weekly in the Jigsaw room to discuss unsolved crimes. Together they call themselves the Thursday Murder Club. When a local developer is found dead with a mysterious photograph left next to the body, the friends suddenly find themselves in the middle of their first live case. They might be senior citizens, but they're cleverer than most. As the bodies begin to pile up, can our unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? What about that doesn't scream read me? Oh, this is one that needs to be bottled and sold. Thank you so much, Rosalie. She was so kind to send this to me. I've gone to my library to check the book out, and there was a 10-week wait, which would have possibly been a problem having it done in time for the live show, but she came in and saved the day by sending that, along with some delicious coffee toffee candy. I will link it below. I'd never heard of it. I immediately, of course, tested out some. I ate more. For science and research, you understand. I ate the whole first bag already, and I think I was supposed to save it from when I read the book in February. Maybe one of the other 2 bags will survive. I am not hopeful. Now this next package is from an author, but it is not book shape. You can't do this to a book. So what is in here? Let's find out. Aw, has my name on it. And some stickers. And a button. You know what? Michael Clark doesn't do anything halfway. They call him the King of Swag, and he earns that title. No one is going to take it away from him. So what we have here, yes! I love these. So, that's so cool. All right, so I'm gonna hold this up against the back of this since it's white to show you and it'll focus on it. This is a coaster. These are brilliant. I have them all over. I have one that's of Tome and Juniper. That's a Ross Jeffrey series. Scorched may be in one of these boxes over here. The trilogy is complete. I'm going to reread Juniper and Tome, finish up with Scorched. I am so excited. But I love these coasters. This is genius. He took a button and put a magnet on it to make it a magnet. Oh, and it probably helps. He's promoting his new book, Hell on High. This book has been in the works for a very long time, and ooh, no way. I'm sorry, I got distracted. This is a running shirt. This is perfect for those who live in Florida like me, where it is hot all the time. This is the stuff I live in. It's the wicking material where it pulls the moisture off your body and keeps you cool. I forget what the actual term for this type of material is, but it's not cotton. It's not your regular type of t-shirt. This is the material I live in Florida, and it's promoting Hell on High that's coming out by Bridgesgate first part of April. I will be reading the ARC very, very soon. Michael Clark and Bridgesgate Press was so kind to let me have an ARC. So as soon as I start reading that, you're going to hear about it. Michael Clark wrote The Patience of a Dead Man, which is my favorite haunted house book ever. My friend Lauren from Paperback Empire, if you've watched any of my book club live shows, she's often on there. She's going to be reading it in February. I'm about to die. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Like, this is perfect. I have a 5K the first weekend in March. I will be wearing this shirt, so I'll be promoting it. I also wear these type of shirts when I go out to the theme parks because it is just too freaking hot to wear cotton or any other material. This is amazing. The attention to detail. The bookmarks. Now, this is for the Patience of a Dead Man series. This is for the new book, Hell on High. It's signed. I have this amazing picture that's also signed. I am so excited for this book. And now I have 2 boxes left, and then we're gonna call it a day on this book haul. This is the second graphic novel from the Dresden universe. This is Ghoul Goblin. I will be reading this in February. I'm doing a complete rereading of the Dresden Files. I'm reading everything in chronological order, the short stories, the graphic novels, and the novel, so yay. As expected, it is, ooh, that's a thick baby too. It is the final book in Ross Jeffries' Juniper series. The artwork is done by Daniel Serra, who is one of my top favorite cover artists. I absolutely have been known to purchase books because he is the one who did the covers. Again, I love the attention to detail to the title pages. This is the one I have not read. This is the most recent out in the series. I am looking forward to rereading the first 2 and then following up with the conclusion of the series. So you're going to be hearing about this one very, very soon. And so with this being the last time I will be filming in January, that's going to wrap up all of the books that I got in the month of January. Did you see any books in this video that you got that you're excited to read about? Any of them your favorites? Any that weren't on your radar but now you're a little bit interested in? What about any books you want to buy just because of the cover? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.